me what am I writing one by one, or I can ask you. Fa iza. What is the meaning of fa iza? Okay, you can also think of like this. Fa.
All right, I'm just about to scan.
Iza.
Scanning.
So when?
So when.
Okay, the meaning of fa is so,
So,
thus.
Chase, come on.
Iza is when.
When.
Okay, then the next word is kara.
Oh, behind. No.
Ta.
Oh, he has purple shield. What? All right, Octane,
Okay,
yes.
karata al-Qur'ana. What is the meaning of that? Who can tell me?
So when you read the Quran.
Oh my.
So karata is, who can tell me? You
You read.
read. Okay, al-Qur'ana, the Quran.
Quran.
Yeah, okay. Abid, I'm clarifying here. In
Say that again?
English, when you're asking somebody, it is normally a present tense. So why does not Faiza Yaqra al Quran? Why does Qara'ata? Because Qara'ata is when you read the Quran, means past tense.
Yes, you're right. But remember, brother Javed, even when we were doing the Madi, there was certain sentence structure when the things becomes close past, like Mazi Karib. Yeah. Or we can also say when you read, or when you read the Quran, or when you are reading the Quran, or when, you can take that word as a past tense. But for now, let's just go with the flow and let's continue. So when you read the Quran or read the Quran, fasta'iz billah. What is the meaning of fasta'iz?
Allah's protection.
So seek protection in what?
Allah.
Billah is in. Allah is Allah. And when you're seeking protection, there are two parties. You're seeking protection in somebody from somebody, right?
Yeah.
Right? So Billah is in Allah, min from where? Shaitan Rajim. Making sense? Who's Shaitan?
Iblis.
The Iblis. And what is his quality? He is
Rajim.
the outcast. So this ayah we're gonna read after this is not a verse of the Quran, but it is because of this instruction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when you intend to read Quran, or when you're reading the Quran, then seek the protection in Allah from Shaitan Rajim. Okay? Is everybody able to understand this meaning of this verse, even if you are not able to understand 100%? But how many people were able to understand this ayah?
I did.
Okay, there are mashallah 14 people, and I'm not able to hear them. Okay.
We understand now, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, brother Abzul. Okay, other people, I think you should participate a little bit so that I feel a little better. Okay.
Partly, yes, Pastor.
Okay, so now the ayah we want to read, or the part we are trying to translate is this. What is the meaning of this? A'udhu. Sorry, I need to write it properly. A'udhu.
I see.
A'udhu. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that. Let me write it down. So a'udhu, if you want to understand this verse, you have to go down and you have to give me the mada, the root letters. So the root letters are
Ain,
Ain,
Al,
Wow,
Al.
Zal. Can everybody see that? Can everybody see these root letters in these
Yeah.
words? Okay. So then I need to tell you the pattern. The pattern is noon. What do you understand from noon? What
It's
is the
Bab Nasr.
Bab Nasara, right?
Nasara.
Now, the reason you have to go with this way is that now you can see that whatever we have learned, we have to apply that now. Okay. So the moment you see auzu, your mind should start to process this information. Okay, let me look at this. Is this a verb? Is
Yes.
this a noun? Or this is a harf? Right? How would you know this word? You have to analyze if it's a verb, is it a noun, is it a harf? And we know that 90% of the words, or even 99% of the Arabic words, are made up of
Root
three
Letters.
root letters. And in order to understand those root letters, you need to know the pattern. And that is why I am giving you that pattern. Normally, how would you get this pattern? From the dictionary. Huh? So if this is the pattern, then we know we have learned Fi'l Madi, and we have learned what? Fi'l Mudari. And then if this is u, ain, waw, za, Fi'l Madi will be aza, and Mudari will be ya'u.
Yeah.
Uzu. Yeah.
Is that making sense?
Yeah.
How the fail Mazi became Aza? It's
Okay.
not Oza.
Nasara.
Yeah, that's a good question. And inshallah, I don't know the answer for that right now, but I will get back to you on that. Think about this is like, we had the pattern fa'ala, and then yaf.
I think Abid has got something to do with the weak letter. Waw is considered a weak letter, so when you change it, you put an alif over there sometimes.
Yes.
Yes. So
I was
basically,
thinking that.
yeah, basically, Brother Javed is right. When we have a letter like wow, the answer to this question lies in this. We have three weak letters: alif, ya, and waw. Okay, we have not covered this. So what
Yeah.
happens is when they come together, they are weak. They help each other. Sometimes the waw can change into alif or into ya. In this case, when we are doing fi'l mazi, we are changing the waw into alif. It's a little advanced concept. Inshallah, we'll come back to it. Jazakallah khair, brother Javed, for
Is that because it's fi'l al-madi, or does it change in fi'l al-mudari also?
in
'Cause
fi'l
here-
mudare is had the same root letters ain, waw, and zal, but in
Yeah.
fi'l madi, because of these weak letters, we did not study them yet. So we will understand this. For example, why we say same thing as kala. Okay, we have the word kala, right? But it's actually kulu. It's actually coal. You understand? The root letter is coal. Because of these weak letters, which are called, alif, ya, and waw, the kulu becomes kala. So, inshallah, let's worry about that in another session when we start to learn the weak letters. But try to understand what we are trying to do here. Auzu is bab nasara, okay, and then it will be what? What is bab nasara? Nasara yansiru, right? So then this will be yaizu. Got it?
Yansuru.
Is it yansiru or yansiru?
Yansuru.
Yansuru.
Yansuru, sorry. Ya'uzu. Okay, I'm getting a little confused here. So, if this is Ya'uzu, then what is A'uzu? What is this? Is it first person?
It's,
Is it first person male?
yeah, it's I.
A'uzu, right? So, in order to do that, we have to go into that channel, Fa'ala, Yaf'alu, and Yaf'aluna. Then it was like Yaf'alu. And then what is the, for the second person, Taf'alu or Taf'alu, Yaf'alu, and then Af'alu. Remember this one? Third person, male, singular. Second person, male or female. And then first person.
Perfect.
How many people remember this? It was not too long ago.
Yes.
Is it for male, female? Okay. So let's write it down. A'udhu billahi minash rajim. Okay, so if I want to do the analysis, look at this one. If I go down here, all the way down, maybe this far, can you see a fail plus file?
Yes.
Fail
Yes.
is Ya'uzu. And it's A'uzu because it is the first person and it's the male or female. Now, what is the Zamir here? What is the file here?
Anna.
Everybody can see this? Can you see the Ana in here?
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Can you see this? So this is fail plus file. Yeah. What is B? Letter Ba here.
Harf jar.
Jar. What is Allah?
Majroor.
Majroor. Got it? So now, because I want to tell you the tarkib first and then maybe go into the details of these words. So A'uzu is fail plus file. Everybody can see that?
Yes.
Okay. Minash shaitani. Can we see this? This is also jar. And shaitan is?
Majroor.
Majroor. Got it? Now, ar-rajim, is it a quality? The outcast. Okay. Now, what is the difference between ar-rahim? Like, for example, rahim. If somebody is rahim, is that a quality?
Yes.
Quality is known as sifat in Arabic, right? Yes. Is rajim a sifat?
Yes.
Okay. Then it has to be a sifat of somebody. And what is the sifat? Who this sifat belongs to?
Shaitan.
Shaitan.
Ash-shaitan.
The shaitan is the mawsuf.
Mawsuf ilah.
No, mawsuf and sifat.
Mawsuf or sifat.
Got it? So now, if you look at this whole sentence, I understand that A'uzu is my fail and file. Yeah. Billahi jar majroor. When we have a jar majroor, what do we call it? Mutalliq. Fail. What is it mutalliq? Is mutalliq the fail? Is this min and shaitan also jar majroor is mutalliq?
Yes.
Okay, so there is mutalik 1 and mutalik 2. And then shaitan has a quality, a regime. So we have the mawsuf and sifat. Okay, in a jumla failure, what do we have? What are the recipe for jumla failure? We
Fail
need to
and
have a fail
فعل
fail and
plus file.
plus maf'ul.
Yes. Do we have a maf'ul in this one?
no
Maf'ul? We don't have. But instead of that, what we have mutalik 1 and mutalik 2. Got it?
Mhm.
I want you to take a look at this. I know it's going to be a little bit tough or hard this time because we are trying to do something totally new. But if you open your mind and heart and apply the knowledge we have learned bit by bit, then you will understand. Okay. For example, this is auzu. That is my fail plus file. In this case, maf'ul is not present. Now, do we always need the maf'ul?
no
No. And in a jumla failure,
we
as
need
long as you have fail and file, your jumla failure is complete. Now, the jumla failure can have some jar majroor, which is the muta'alliq. Muta'alliq what? The fail.
fail.
So in this sentence, we can call it a jumla
Jumla. Yeah.
failure.
فعلية
Failure. Okay? Because at the end of the day, how many sentences we have? How many types of sentences we have?
Jumla
Jumla
ismiya,
ismiya, jumla failure.
Okay, very good. So any verse you're going to read, your goal is you are going to find out after reading the whole sentence and looking at the different pieces of the information, you're going to end up with either a jumla failure or a jumla ismiya or combination of both. So our goal is to find out what is this whole verse about. So can we do it again? Auzu, fail and file. Can you see this? How many people are clear about this?
yes
Javed bhai?
Alhamdulillah, brother. Yeah, that part is okay.
Right. Now, billahi, if you look at billahi alone, what is that?
Jar majroor.
جار
Jar
مجرور.
majroor. Okay. Now, if there was no ba, then Allah will be what?
Allah will be
Allah.
noun.
Allahu,
Allah.
Allahun, Allahu, Allahun, Allahin, Allahan. Right? Billahi. So, when you have the ba, what happened to Allah?
it became jar
Okay.
Majroor.
Similarly, الشيطان shaitan
Nun.
shaitanu, because there is a al here and there is a shadda. So ash-shaitan mean this is rafa. Yes. What happened to rafa when you have a min in front of it? It become shaitani,
Majroor.
right? Similarly, now I need to tell you the little bit of grammar rules so that you can refresh. So this is the review part. Are you guys ready with a pen and a pencil?
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
And this review part will help you understand this verse. So what we have something called a sentence, and we have something called a fragment. Is that coming back to you? What is a sentence and a fragment? The Arabic name
Yeah,
for sentence is murakkab tam. And the name of fragment is murakkab
توصيل ناقصة
naqis. Yeah. Murakkab naqis mean it is a defective one or it is not complete.
incomplete
Incomplete.
Yeah. So simple things to remember. Murakkab tam, complete sentence. Yeah.
Yes.
So far with me?
yes
Brother Kabir?
Yes, I am writing.
Okay. So how many kind of murakkab and naqisa we have? Murakkab jari,
مركبة إضافي
murakkab ishari. Let's say we just take the same. And then murakkab
توصيف
tawsifi and murakkab
إضافي
idafi. Okay.
Yes.
In this sentence, ash-shaytanir rajimi is murakkab tawsifi.
توصيفي
So when we have a murakkab tawsifi, let me write it down for you. Ash-shaytan ar-rajim. So I'm going to just type the way it is for now. Ar-rajim. Okay. So whenever we have a murakkab tawsifi, we have a mawsuf. Mawsuf. I can't write today. Mawsuf and sifat. Tawsifi. Okay. So we have a mawsuf and a sifat. What is mawsuf or sifat is the quality, right? And mawsuf is quality
The
of.
quality of something.
Quality of. So if I say a pious boy, or instead of pious, I could say righteous. So what is the quality here?
Righteous.
Righteous.
And the quality of
Boy.
boy. So in Arabic, when we write this, in English, the quality comes first and the quality of comes afterwards. But in Arabic, they said no. If you are talking about some quality of somebody, they should come first. So what is the Arabic of boy?
ولد
Walad.
Waladun.
Waladun. And what is the Arabic of righteous?
Salihun.
صالح
Salihun. So what is the translation?
Righteous boy.
Righteous
Boy
Salihun.
righteous. Boy righteous.
boy. Yes. Now, is this a fragment or a jumla?
fragment
Why is it a fragment?
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
incomplete
If I say the boy is righteous or boy is righteous, then I would have to change I have to put is in between somewhere, right? So we don't see the is in here because it's waladun salihun. If I have to make it a jumla, I would say al waladu
Salih.
as-salihu
Okay.
or al waladu salihun. Making sense? The boy is righteous. Do you guys see the difference here?
Yes.
Okay. Why? Because in order to understand this, you have to understand the recipe of Jumla Ismiya. The Jumla Ismiya is Mubtada and Khabar. What is the quality of Mubtada? It has to be Ma'rafa, and the Khabar has to be Nakra.
nakra
What about the status? Rafa, Rafa, and the other and Jin has to follow. Yes. Now here we know that in a murakkab tawsifi, the mawsuf and sifat will follow in capacity, in the status, and the gender and number. Making sense? In all four areas of noun, they have to follow each other. Yeah. So is waladun rafa?
yes
Is salihun rafa?
Yes.
Is waladun male?
male
Is salihun male?
Yes.
Is it wahid?
Wahid.
Is it wahid?
Mhm.
Is it nakira? Is
Uh,
waladun nakira?
Yes.
And salihun nakira?
Yeah.
Because if it's a marifa, then it will be al-waladu.
Al-Walid.
Okay? If you
Al-Walad.
understood this, now look at shaitan. It should be...
So brother Abid, question here.
Yeah.
This Walidun Salihun,
Mm-hmm.
if we are writing Al-Walidun As-Salihun, what, it will be wrong?
No, because, yeah, you're right. It has to be al-waladu salihun. So this example is wrong. Okay?
Okay.
Waladu salihun, because it has to be nakira. Okay?
Okay.
So this is right.
Yeah,
This was
because
wrong. Okay?
Jumla Ismiya is saying Nakra Marfa.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
waladun salihun. Now look at this. Ash-shaytanu ar-rajimu. Yes? If I follow these rules, is it marifa? Is it marifa?
Yeah.
Because there is
Yeah.
al here, right?
Yes.
Now, is this
Marifa.
sheen
Yes.
is shamsi, right? When sheen is the letter haruf shamsi, you don't pronounce the al. You say ash. Ash,
Ash.
shut down there, right? Ash-shaytanu. So if I have to write just the murakkab tawsifi alone, it's going to become ash-shaytanu ar-rajimu. Let's look at this capacity of this. Is this marifa?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this marifa?
It's Nakra.
Yes.
No, is ar-rajim. So it is
Oh,
marifa.
it's Marfa. Yeah.
It is rafa.
Mm-hmm.
Is rafa, because when the
Yes.
al come, the tanween has to drop to single dhamma.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it rafa?
Rafa.
Rafa?
Mhm.
Is it wahid? It is wahid.
Yes.
You see where I'm going with this? And is it male? And it is a male. Yes.
No.
So if I had to write it alone, I would be writing it as shaitanu ar-rajim.
Ash-shaytanur rajim.
But in this verse, what did I say? Ash-shaytanir rajimi. Why did I do that?
Because of harf-jar.
Because of min.
Because of min. You guys see the big picture now, what I'm trying to tell you here?
And Rajim is following the Shaitani, Ar-Rajime.
Right. So in this case, if you look at again, you have to look at this way, that a shaitan is the mawsuf and rajim is the sifa. Okay. Now we are reading a whole line, but we are trying to see that, oh, from here to here is a murakkab tawsifi. You understand what I'm trying to show you here? You have to identify from a big sentence that a shaitan rajimi is murakkab tawsifi, shaitan is mawsuf, a rajim is sifa. Who's lost here? Totally lost. Brother Afzal,
Brother, I'm lost.
you're lost.
No doubt about that.
Okay. Brother Javed, you are very quiet. You're not participating at all.
Because you say only two people keep talking, the rest of them don't talk, so I can mute my mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
that.
that's okay. That's okay.
We are adults. We can take.
No, but I am focusing what you're doing, teaching me, and also I'm talking, but you're not listening to me. That's okay.
So I'm going to clean up this one more time because it's very important that today the exercise is that you need to open your mind and your heart and you have to look closely. So Sister Zahra,
Yes.
how are you feeling about this so far?
Alhamdulillah, it's a little bit clearer.
Okay.
The only thing that I wanted to ask you is the min
Yes.
is the one that made the changes.
Yes.
If there was no min, it would be different.
Yes. So now I'm going to write it again.
Okay.
And this time I'm trying to write it cleanly so that you guys can see again. Brother Afsar, are you following or are you totally lost?
Brother, I have missed so many lectures. I have to catch up,
That's fine. Okay, again, remember the picture of the tree I draw. So when you're feeling lost, the review should bring you up to speed, because we have been doing this review alone, like separately, and then we don't apply. Then what happens to that review? By the time we come to the application after a few weeks, months, you have already forgotten the concept, the theory. Okay, so today's lecture basically is a combination of application and the review of the theory. So if you focus on that, even today you will learn that this is your first class.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So don't get disappointed or disheartened, and don't think that you are not feeling part of this.
No,
So,
brother,
brother,
it's you know what? Yeah, I have to do my part, which I missed quite a bit.
no worries, no worries. You
So,
will do your part, but for right now, just stay in the the game, and
yeah.
inshallah you will see the big picture soon. Okay, brother Afsar, how are you feeling?
Alhamdulillah, I'm just trying to catch up, brother.
Okay, good. Brother Fawad, mashallah, you're very quiet today.
Yes, good. Yeah, fine. Yeah, it's,
Okay.
my little one is a little disturbed today. That's why.
Oh, okay. All
He's
right.
crying too much. Yeah.
No worries, inshallah.
But Alhamdulillah, I'm catching. Yes, very clearing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to write it again. And let's see if I can show you the meaning again, okay? So focus with me. First of all, a, u, zu. Okay. Do we recognize this word now? What auzu is?
Yes, I seek refuge.
Okay. Auzu mean it's a fi'l mudare, and it is the file, fi'l and file. So if we again look at this picture like this, fi'l plus file. So just by looking at this part, can I think ahead and think that I'm working with the jumla fi'liya? Is it easy for me to guess?
Yeah, starting
Yeah.
fail.
Yeah? Jumla fi'liya. Okay. Now when I say billahi, and let me write first of all Allahu instead of writing Allahi. Okay. What is the letter ba means?
With.
In, right?
In, yeah, with.
Right. And then is jar. We know that jar.
Yeah.
So when I see a jar, the next word going to be
Majroor.
majroor. Okay. How do I know that? Because if you remember,
Jar.
when we have a murakkab jari, we have one thing called jar, and the second part we have
Majroor.
Yes. So that same thing I'm saying to you. Billah. Billah, Allah is supposed to be Allahu. But when we do the billah, then it becomes billahi. So billah, the letter ba is jar and Allah is majroor. Are you able to see this now since I'm writing it separately?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm going to leave a gap in here and I'm going to write ash-shaytan, ash-shaytanu, ar-rajimu. Yeah. So if I write the English for that, I'm going to say devil or shaitan, and al-rajim, the outcast.
So brother, if we simply say shaitanun rajimun, that's the start.
No, this is you have to understand.
Allah, we put us.
You have to keep in mind these following things. Okay. And this is the review. The review is we are dealing with murakkabat. Murakkabat is a combination of two or more words. Yes. And the types are murakkab tam and murakkab naqisa. One of the murakkab naqisa is murakkab tawsifi. And the rule is, or the recipe is, in all four areas of the noun, they have to be same. If shaitan is marifa, then al-rajim has to be marifa. If shaitan has to be wahid, al-rajim has to be wahid. If it's male, male. If it's rafa, it has to be rafa. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now focus on this. I intentionally took the min away from you, right? If I write it shaitanur rajim, and if you're just looking at that, what are you going to tell me? This is Mawsuf and Sifa. Are you able to say that now?
Yeah.
And are you able to say this whole word
Yeah.
as murakkab
Murakkab
tawsifi?
tawsifi.
Okay. So then when we put the min in here, because when you are seeking a protection, you have to seek protection in somebody and from somebody. So what is the in billah? The letter ba. Remember that? And that is the jar. Are you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. That is why when I said billah, then automatically Allahu converted to jar, because jar makes it majroor go into the status of jar. That is one of the rules. So when I have min, which is I seek protection or I seek refuge in Allah, yeah, from, which is right here, then what happened to the shaitanur rajim?
Shaitanir rajim.
Because min is going to force the shaitan to go into, shaitan will become kasra or majroor, right? If this is the case, and if I look at these rules, then the status has to follow, right?
Yeah.
So if this becomes shaitani, then it has to become rajimi. How many people see this now clearly?
So, Abid,
I
so
do.
from what
I do.
I understand the grammar part of it, but aren't there more than one shaitan that bother us, or is there only one shaitan that's bothering the whole humankind?
The word shaitan here is, we are saying the shaitan, which is the outcast. So we're talking about like, we're not saying shayateen. Shayateen will be the plural of shaitan.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shayateen Rajim?
Well, you could say that, but when you're saying shaitan, you're basically seeking protection from the class of shaitan, like anybody who belongs in that class.
Okay, that's what I know. That's what I know.
It could be jinn, it could be insan. So it will be hard to say, oh, I seek protection from the jinn and the insan who are shaitan. No, when we say shaitan, we are taking it as a whole, like as a group, as a, you know, a group of people or group of a category of people. Okay. So when you look at this verse, first of all, this is not a verse from the Quran. This is, we say, because of this ayah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
A shaitan is a broken plural, right? Which is treated like a singular feminine, right?
A shaitan here is basically, if we go into that word, what I could do next time, I can go into the analysis of shaitan. So I started the analysis of a'udhu, but then I felt that maybe in the beginning of this class, that might be too much information. So I stopped, because otherwise I'm able to give you the details about a lot of things. For example, here, I don't know what masdar is yet. Do you guys know what masdar is?
It took me 1 minute.
Do you guys know what masdar? Okay. So auzu, meaning the mother is ain, waw, and zal, and the bab is nasira. So The masdar is uzun. How do you understand this uzun? Remember that fa'ala yaf'alu failun. Remember this part? This is the madi, this is the mudare, and this is the masdar. What is a masdar? Anybody?
Amr.
Name of what? Sister Umema, are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, did I answer your question or did I not answer your question? A shaitan is not, I don't think it's the, it's not Jama Mukassar, no.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim, because of this verse or this order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that when you are about to read Quran, seek protection in Allah from shaitan rajim. So instead of fasta'iz is what? Fail amr. What is fasta'iz?
You should.
Right? Fasta'iz is fail amr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, seek the protection of Allah. Do something.
And the sa will mean the future. The sa in the first is for the future.
No, fa is so.
No, sa.
Fasta'iz, yes, you can say that because when there is a sa, that is near future, like whenever you're going to do it next. So inshallah, because of this verse in the Quran, we say A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim before we even start anything. So again, I know that it is hard for me to explain and maybe it's hard for you to understand, but when we look at A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim, we should be able to identify what is A'udhu. A'udhu is fail plus file. So I know that it is a Jumla failure. There is no maf'ul because nothing is in nasab here. Do you see anything in nasab in this sentence?
No.
What is the condition for a maf'ul, Brother Kabir?
Sorry.
What is the condition for a maf'ul? What status is supposed to be in?
Maf'ul.
Maf'ul.
Nasab.
Maf'ul is supposed to be nasab. In this sentence, do you see anything in nasab?
No.
No. So maf'ul is not present. So that's why we said maf'ul is not there. But when we have jar majroor is known as muta'alliq. Now, in a jumla ismiya, jar majroor is muta'alliq what? Mubtada or khabar?
متعلق اسم.
Muta'alliq is in a jumla ismiya, jar majroor is muta'alliq the khabar. In the jumla failiya, the muta'alliq is about the fail. Yes?
Yes.
So when we say billahi, that's jar majroor, so it's muta'alliq the fail of seeking protection.
Yes.
You're seeking protection in Allah. Then the second jar majroor, which is shaitan, is the second muta'alliq about the action of seeking protection from the shaitan. But shaitan has a siffa, or it has a quality which we call adjective, that is known as sifat. Yes, sister, remember?
Adjective and adverb.
So this is an adjective because that's second quality. Like Allah is Allah's name. But when we say Rahim, is it Allah's sifat or is it Allah's real name? It's an adjective of Allah, right? It's a sifati naam. It's the name of Allah's sifat. So again, in this sentence, I should be able to see that, okay, this is a shaitanur rajimu, but because of the min, it becomes a shaitani ar-rajimi. And this is a sifa al-mawsuf, murakkab tawsifi, and this is muta'alliq. And this whole thing becomes, this jar majroor, and the sifa and mawsuf becomes muta'alliq. So this sentence is a jumla failiya. What is our conclusion? That this is a jumla failiya. And these are the different parts of it. And we can go into auzu by itself by telling you what are the root letters and what are the root letters and what is the bab, right? Then I can tell you what is the name of the masdar. Masdar mean uzun.
Also.
Okay. For example, I give you an example to understand, make you understand. See, if I say I am working, is working, what is the working? Is it a verb, noun, or harf?
Verb.
Verb. Got it? So I can say this is the verb. But if I say I love working, is working a verb now?
No.
Still
No.
verb, is it?
No.
It is become the adverb, which is a noun.
Adverb.
Yes, because
Yes.
part speech in Arabic
Yes.
is fall under noun. So it is an adverb. Okay. Similarly, a noun can, a verb can have a name, and that name is known as masdar. Okay. For example, if I say fataha, fataha, that means he opened. Yeah. Then I can say yaftahu, he
Open.
Opened.
or will open.
Will open.
Yes.
Yes.
But if I say fathun, that means the act of opening. In simple, to open. Got it? But this is not a verb. This is going to be known as masdar. Masdar mean verbal noun.
Verbal noun.
Making sense? Okay. In today's lesson, maybe we'll sink in a little time, but we have covered a lot of material. Okay, what we have covered is the following. We looked at the whole sentence, and we were able to identify the singular bits and pieces of the sentence. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Now, even if you don't understand 100%, I'm not too concerned about that, because it's the first time when you're trying to analyze a sentence like this. It's totally okay. In this week and previous months, because this is the exercise I've been doing on my own, and I find it extremely difficult to put everything on a piece of paper and trying to analyze it in my mind. That is why I need to write it down. So it will make sense to you if you start thinking in this way, that how I can take a big sentence and first of all try to identify single pieces. How many words in there? How many nouns in there? Now look at this. Is Allah a noun?
Allah. Yes.
Allah is a noun,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Is shaitan a noun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Al-Rajim a noun?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So that is the simple exercise I can do. Oh, in this sentence, I have 1, 2, and 3 nouns. Are they singular?
Yes.
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 I can also tell you more information. Allah is Rafa, because the name of Allah. Yeah.
Yes.
Shaitan, Rafa, name of
Yes.
Iblis, or call it the category of shaitan. Ar-Rajim, we know that is Rafa. Min, harf. Billah or letter Ba, harf. And what kind of harf? Haruf-e-jara. Got it?
Yeah.
So try to exercise this on your own, that, oh, I'm going to look at the words. Am I able to count what is what? Nouns, harf, verb. MashaAllah, very good. Then this auzu, I analyze. When you are dealing with a verb, The most important thing to know is the root word, which is known as mada. In this one is ain, waw, zal. And the bab or the pattern is noon. The moment I see a noon in my mind, this is the picture I should see. Nasara yan
Yansuru.
suru.
Yansuru.
If I see this pattern in my mind or I have written it down somewhere, then I know that with the ain, waw, z or the zal, I can make it ya, u, zu.
Zu.
Ya, u, zu. Is that making sense? How did I get to ya, u, zu? Because I knew the pattern yun, suru. Making sense? And then once I know that, this is my first sigha. You know what sigha is? How many patterns we have for a verb?
7.
14.
Sure. Oh,
Yes?
Yeah.
Do you remember the 14 one? 3 for third person male, 3 for third person female, then 3 for second person male, and 3 for second person female. How many are there? 12. And 2 for I and we,
نحن.
both male and female. Got it? Those, then Auzu was the number 13. Who can tell me that's correct? Auzu, I seek refuge. Yauzu, he seek refuge. Ta'uzu, you seek refuge. Making sense?
yes.
All these exercises we have been doing on an individual basis, that was the reason for that those tables are so important. Then I need to know the masdar. Masdar is ma'azan. For for auzu, the masdar is ma'azan. What is the fi'l mazi? Aza. What is the fi'l mudare? Ya'uzu. Okay. And then auzu, when I am saying I seek refuge. When I'm reading Quran, who's seeking refuge?
I.
I am. So that's why I say auzu, I seek refuge billahi, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, min, from a shaitan, from the shaitan who is rajim, who is the outcast. उर्दू में बोलेंगे मैं पनाह में आता हूँ अल्लाह की शैतान मरदूद से. Making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So inshallah, I hope that with this exercise from in the next few sessions, you will start to see the different pieces of the verse. Okay. A quick feedback. People who attended the whole class, can you give me some feedback so that I can improve it for the next session? Like which part was totally put you off, or you thought it was very difficult, and any feedback, starting from Brother Altaf.
I think, brother, you did a very good kind of explanation and breakdown, postmortem, let me call it.
Alhamdulillah.
The only one suggestion would be that once we write, for example, the 4 ayat, then take the word auzo, and then maybe what I was missing, or maybe that's my part, that all the 14 siga, it was hard for me to bring back.
I see.
So if we were going kind of with that practice as well, so maybe next time it's not needed as that much.
Okay, inshallah. So for the next verse, when I come across something like this in the beginning, I will try to make that chart so that we can refer to it. But
Yeah.
I would recommend that you guys start writing it down so that you can get that recalling of that memory quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, what else did you understand from today's session? That what was the goal?
You're asking me, or
Yeah. I mean, since we are talking,
I think the goal were two. One is refreshment, what we learned, and actually apply that, hands-on practice. So that's was good. And the other thing is how various kind of rules, when we are combining them and in a big kind of a sentence, how they relate with each other.
Very nice. MashaAllah. Okay, Brother Kabir, what do you think?
Yeah,
Jazakallah,
it's
Brother
good.
Altaf.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to recall some things, but
Mhm.
overall it's good.
Good. So have you ever done this in the past, or have you seen some analysis of the Quranic verses?
Not really.
Not really.
I
Okay.
can't, yeah.
So in the beginning, you might find it a little bit hard to, take the big picture.
Yeah, sometimes
Slowly.
we lost. Yeah.
Yes. For example, why it is Shaitani Rajimi when it's supposed to be Shaitanu Rajimu, right? We talked about that. So the review part for me was that not only I talked about the fail file, I also talked about the murakkabat. And in the murakkabat, we focus on two of them, jar majroor and the murakkab tawsifi. So for that, if you can review, and the review is in the videos, and the videos are labeled. So if you go back a few months, you'll find a video saying murakkab tawsifi. And we have covered murakkab tawsifi in a lot of detail back then. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Sister Zahra,
Yes.
what do you think? What is your feedback, so that I can understand that how did you guys perceive it?
We do understand. It's
Yeah.
just if we don't have a practice, then it might be a little bit harder.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure if everybody's the same, but I would like to concentrate on one thing.
Yes.
And then master that, and then move to the other one.
Okay.
I'm a little
So
bit slow.
today we looked at only one sentence. We did not go.
Yes.
I couldn't even cover Bismillah today. I was going to cover Bismillah, but
Mhm.
I couldn't get there. Right.
Yes.
So, but today's exercise should open up your mind for the next time that, okay, next time when I look at a verse or a long sentence, this is the kind of exercise we need to do. And it is called, in Arabic word, is called tarkeeb. Tarkeeb, if I translate that into English, the closest word comes into my mind is the recipe. Okay.
Yes.
So this was the recipe. The ingredients are jar majroor, and what are the murakkab tawsifi. These are like ingredients. And what was the outcome? A jumla failiya.
Yes.
Yeah, jumla failiya is the outcome of the tarkeeb. Now there are two kind of tarkeeb. Different people do it differently. One of them is known as tarkeeb zanjiri. Zanjir is like a chain, right? So what I did here is like a chain. I showed you how the mawsuf is related to the sifa and how the jar majroor are related. So, and we continue making a chain of words. Yeah.
Okay.
But overall, alhamdulillah, you were not completely lost. That is the important part. Were you completely lost?
No.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair. Brother Abrar, you came late, but did you get anything out of this today? Are you there? Looks like maybe he's gone. Brother Fawad, maybe Brother Fawad did not get a chance to pay too much attention. Okay, Brother Javed, let me ask you. Brother Javed? Well, looks like Brother Javed is gone. Okay, Sister Umaima.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam rahmatullah. So, I would like to know your feedback on like, I know it was a totally different session today, but what do you think?
I think it's okay. It was very interesting. The tarkeeb was very interesting for me because I get to see how everything is connected. But it made me realize if you missed one section, it throws you off a little bit. I was doing pretty well, I think, except at the end where I was struggling a bit. But I realized I needed to go back and review some things like the mustard.
Yes.
I don't remember that lesson, but inshallah I'll be able to go back to it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is all good. It's the first time we did this, so I totally understand that it's gonna take a little while to set in. But if you start to see the big picture, inshallah, this will be a huge step forward in our understanding of the Quran, right? So next time when you look at A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitani Rajim, I'm sure you're not gonna be think the same way. It's gonna be a totally different. All these things are gonna flash back in your mind, inshallah,
Inshallah.
right?
Sure.
Okay, so who else wants to give me a little feedback? Brother Javed, are you back or you're still gone?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay, so you have any feedback on how to improve this, or did you get anything out of this?
But
No, I'm getting out of it, but as I told you that I am learning the overall general meaning and I'm trying to understand what it means rather than focusing deeply into the grammar part of it.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah,
So-
I've got a different. Don't worry about me.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, Sister Madia, are you still there? Sister Madia?
Yes, assalamu alaikum wa
Wa
rahmatullah.
salam. So were you able to attend the whole session, or were you in and
I
out?
missed the initial 10 minutes.
Okay, so what do you think overall about this?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. It takes us back to what we've learned, as you said.
Mhm.
So we just need to be in touch with the previous lessons if we want to really, understand what is going
Okay,
on.
but at the same time, did you see the benefit that now a whole verse you can
Application,
understand?
yes. How
You
to
can see the
apply.
application. So the one takeaway for all of us from today's lecture is, and imagine if I has gone back and do the review alone, then what will happen? That review will be fresh in your mind for a day or two. And then after a week, if you're on a different concept, you will forget about that review, correct?
Right.
This way, when I see a sentence and I'm trying to explain a concept, so from today's session, hopefully the jar majroor and murakkab tawsifi is clear in your mind. Can I assume that everybody understand murakkab tawsifi and murakkab jari now?
Alhamdulillah. Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay, so can everybody agree to that murakkab jari is now clear in your mind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's take a look at this. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Time to. Brother Abdul is still there, or is he gone? I think he's gone.
no, I'm here, brother.
Oh, okay. So
Only
Brother
thing
Abdul,
is,
so
I don't have really anything to add. I am trying to grasp the situation, how to recover myself,
I see. Brother Abrar, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. So did I talk to you already or no?
No, you didn't. I'm actually.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Brother Abdul, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask Brother Abrar to, because he's been attending few sessions from last previous days. So Brother Abrar, where are you lost?
Me? Am I lost? I need to go back and recap some of your old videos. Looks like.
Yes. So for your benefit, the thing is that I know you were lost for a reason because you never attended in a very regular way, right? So which is okay. But some of the review should get you on board quickly. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And if it makes you excited enough to go back and watch the video, that's the perfect thing you can do. Now let's quickly look at this, and I'm going to come back to Brar. Just give me one quick second. I just wanted to show this picture that I'm trying to write it with the hand, and maybe my handwriting is also throwing you off. But look at this one. See, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You see here the word sifa.
Yeah.
Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you see the sifa number 2 here?
Yeah.
So if I ask you what is Allah and Rahmanur Rahim, what are you going to tell me?
The qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
But the technical term I'm looking for is murakkab tawsifi. Then
Yeah.
Allah is the Mawsuf. Yes. Allah is the Mawsuf, right? The
Yeah.
quality of Allah, right?
Yeah.
So the quality of is known as Mawsuf. Mawsuf is the person or the object you are telling me the quality of. His quality number 1 is Ar-Rahman, and the quality number 2 is Ar-Rahim. So because of that, I could say Allah Rahman Rahim. It will be Allahu Ar-Rahmanur Rahimu. Basically.
Rahimu. It would be
Rahimu, because
Rahimu.
all Rafa, right?
Yeah.
But because of this letter Ba in the beginning, it converts the Allah into Kasra or Majroor.
Yeah.
Yes, and we learned that if the Mawsuf is Majroor, then the Sifa has to be Majroor as well. So it becomes Ar-Rahmanir Rahimi. Can you guys see that now?
Yes.
Okay. And then Bismillahi is Muzaf Muzafilay. In the name of Allah. Bismillahi, if you forget about the letter Ba, because of letter Ba, the meaning Bismi, it becomes Jar Majroor. They did not put the whole word Jar Majroor, but it is, the letter Ba is the Jar and Ismi is Majroor.
Yeah.
And then it is the fourth Murakkabe Izafi. When you are making two nouns in a way of a relationship, then it becomes Murakkabe Izafi. What does it become? Murakkabe Izafi. So Mudaf ilayh is Allah. We are saying in the name of Allah. So name of Allah. Is there an association there?
Yes.
So name is Muzaf. And who are we pointing it to? Allah. Muzaf ilayh. Allah is Muzaf ilayh. So if you look at this big sentence, you will find Muzaf ilayh, Murakkab Tawsifi, you will find Jar Majroor in there as well. But do you see, this is not a Jumla. Why is it not a Jumla?
Because it doesn't start
This
with
is
a
not a
noun.
sentence.
How many Jumlas we have? Jumla Ismiya?
Jumla Fi'liya and Jumla Ismiya.
Jumla Fi'liya. Okay, let's look at Jumla Fi'liya. Do you see any verb in it?
No.
No.
All of them are nouns. Only
Yes.
one harf. Yes, making sense?
Yeah.
Only the red one is a letter. Everything else is a noun. So it can be a Jumla Fi'liya. Yes. Now, if it's a Jumla Ismiya, let's look at it. Do you see any Mubtada here?
No.
What are the qualities of a Mubtada? What is the Mubtada supposed to be?
Marfu.
It has to be marfu. It has to be marifa. Do you see any marifa here?
No.
No. So it cannot be a Jumla Ismiya as well. So this whole sentence or this number of words are fragments only and not a Jumla Ismiya or not a Jumla Fi'liya. Is that making sense? Okay, think about that. So this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to create a tarkeeb with the chain, and these things, they are relating back to their original. So this sifa belongs to Allah. This sifa belongs to Allah, meaning this quality belongs to Allah. This quality belongs to Allah. Allah is the mawsuf for these two. But when you go back, because of this Bismillahi, this become Jar Majroor and Allah become Muzaf ilayh. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, now back to Brother Abrar. Brother Abrar, since you have not covered the grammatic concept, it's totally understandable that you are lost.
Yeah.
But because of this process, you may end up picking up some basic rules, and then you will be getting on board slowly with us, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So I would say every time I'm going to do this analysis, I am going to jump into one or two concepts. Like today, my focus was on Murakkab Tawsifi and Murakkab Jari.
Yeah.
In the next lesson, I am going to focus on Murakkab Izafi. So one advice or recommendation is maybe we're going to have 3 or 4 days off. We're going to be meeting on Monday. So in between, if you can read up on Murakkab Izafi or watch my video about Murakkab Izafi, so when you come in on Monday, or everybody, inshallah, you will have a good idea of Murakkab Izafi.
Inshallah.
Got it?
Inshallah.
Okay, any other feedback before we sign off today? Okay, I think we took a longer than usual, so I'm very sorry for the extra time I took. I didn't realize that we are above time. So inshallah, we'll see you on Monday. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu alayk. Jazakallahu khairan, everyone.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.